Thanks for joining everyone. Today I've got Elaine with ComeToTheSahara.com with us, and she's going to be sharing a sneak peek at a brand new tour that they're unveiling that will take place around the world, the Fez World Sacred Music Festival. So it sounds just fabulous to go to Morocco and be surrounded with the music on top of all of the other reasons you might want to go to Morocco. So welcome, Elaine.
Thank you so very much.
So tell us where we are going.
Well, we are going to the imperial city of Fez in Morocco, and we're going specifically for the World Sacred Music Festival. This is an annual event held in Fez. It's a week long, so that means every day, every night, there are different venues where different musical traditions are all collecting and expressing themselves through music.
Wow.
Okay, so the focus is all on music, right? But it
Absolutely.
sounds like it's a cultural music. So can you tell us a little bit about how that connects with the culture, if it's religious at all? Like how does that connect? How does the music?
Well, I think the key thing is to understand that it's world sacred music.
Okay.
So even though Morocco is an Islamic country, it's not Islamic music. It's all musical traditions from all religions everywhere in the world. So you're going to hear gospel and you're going to hear something from South Africa and something from Asia. All kinds of different musical traditions are represented here. I guess you could think of it this way. It is the music that has been inspired by people's religions around the world.
Okay.
So, as different as the religions might be, all of them have, inspired people to write and perform music. And this is a very special festival in Fez, where all of these traditions come together over a week-long celebration.
And does this
Wow.
happen every year there? Is it, and how long is the festival been going on?
It does. I believe this has been going on for about 25 years,
Okay.
something like that. It is an annual event. It's always in June. So it was disrupted, of course, by the pandemic back in 20 and 21. But here in 2022, they had a shortened version of the festival, but they're back for the full week next year.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, and I was just asking because it's interesting that the same festival is at the same location year after year, and it sounds like it's an international festival around sacred music. I think I got that right.
That's right. Mhm.
That sounds amazing. Yeah.
So, who would you say the trip is really designed for? What kind of,
hmm Well, this is such a cool trip because it's really for people who, of course, love music. And lots of people, when they travel, they focus their travel around some of their personal interests, like music. Lots of people take their annual vacation to go and see certain performers or certain music festivals all over the world. And this is one of those where this is an acclaimed festival that lots of people know about, and they make a trip specially to come and see this particular trip. So that's part of the appeal. The other part is that because the festival events tend to take place either in the afternoon or in the evening, it means that people have whole days to spend. And what do you think we'll do with them then? Well, we are going to take them on all kinds of day trips around Fez. Obviously, there's the opportunity to tour Fez itself, so that's very special. But we'll have the opportunity to take people on a day trip up to the Blue Village of Chefchaouen and out the other direction to the city of Azrou and into the cedar forests of the Middle Atlas Mountains, home to some of the Barbary monkeys. There is an opportunity, of course, to go and visit Volubilis, the Roman ruins of the city there, and even to visit another imperial city, Meknes, which is only an hour away. So we have big plans to take people on a real in-depth visit of the entire region. And for those people who are interested, of course, at the conclusion of the festival, we'll be happy to take people to the desert for a couple of days. So there's a way to tack on the desert even to this trip.
yeah.
So I was going to ask how long it is, but it sounds like it's at least a week long. So how long are you expecting the tour to be, Elaine?
We've posted this as 11 days for people not wanting to go to the desert. So
Okay.
that is in the entire festival, plus a day at the beginning and the end just for travel, so that
Okay.
you're not, rushing in and immediately going into the festival events. You've got a little breathing time there. It's a 14-day tour for people who want to add the 3-day extension to the desert.
Okay. Perfect.
Wonderful. Yeah. And how many people do you take on the trip?
Um, we tend to focus on small groups, so we could do a minimum of 2, but we'd like to see 15 people on this trip.
Okay. And then the lodging. It sounds like we're going to stay in Fez. Is it all in the same location, the same lodging? What's that going to be like?
Yes, we'll probably stay at 2 or 3 riads because these are, we do want people to stay in authentic traditional riads in the Medina. We want them to be in places that are accessible to the different venues. And because these are small places, almost like little boutique hotels with, maybe 5 to 10 rooms maximum, we think that if we were to get the maximum 15 participants, we'd want to have people at probably 2 riads. So,
Okay.
but with us, making sure that you have a comfortable bed at the end of a long touring day is very important to us. And it's also important to us that you have good food. So we do specialize in making sure that you are staying in beautiful Moroccan owned and operated riads, and that you have a real authentic Moroccan cultural experience in addition to your time that you spend at the festival.
That's good.
Wow, it
Yeah.
just all sounds amazing. And you've named off of so many highlights, but just to recap a little, what are a couple of the highlights that people should take away and think about?
Well, it's important that people understand that the price for this trip will include a pass for the entire festival. So that's for the week-long run of the festival and daily events. And of course, all of the day trips that I've mentioned will also be included. So again, different locations according to the interest of the group. But as I say, certainly Volubilis, Chefchaouen, Azrou, and some of the other local specialties as well. And of course, the day trip, the day tour of Fez itself, of course.
It sounds amazing. Well, it sounds like a great, because going to the festival would be a whole experience in itself.
Yeah,
And then to have someone also organize these other little field trips, if you will, like, oh, we're gonna, take this little field trip today and then come back and end our day with a meal and music and, center around that. I imagine that this will be, I think the real highlight is getting a chance to connect with the culture and really get a real sense for it. And this festival sounds like something that the locals participate in as well. So I imagine there'll be a lot of opportunities for that. I'm so excited, Elaine. I'm glad you were able to share a sneak peek
yeah,
with us here.
right.
So let's see, we'll have you share with us how to find it in your website.
Mhm. Well, so as you mentioned at the outset, this is a sneak peek. So this is almost like a sneak preview just for collective members
Okay.
and participants. We haven't got this tour on our website yet because we do want to wait until we see the exact dates and the
Okay.
festival lineup before we actually post something on our website. But of course, anyone listening or watching can contact me directly, and I'll keep you in the loop for further details.
Perfect. And
So,
that's Elaine at cometothesahara.com, right?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. We're
oh,
getting to know you.
yeah, thanks, Elaine. It sounds amazing. So hopefully people will go ahead now and reach out if you're interested, if you're watching this video, and drop a comment.
Yeah,
It sounds super exciting.
sounds very exciting. So thank you, Elaine.
Thank you.